Hi Lions! Welcome to your first January Den meeting. My name is Charlie and I will be your Den leader for today. Please rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, Scout Oath, and Scout Law.
All right. Scout salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Please join me in the Scout sign and repeat the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Please join me in the Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. 2.
Hi Lions! Today we're going to talk about something really awesome and important. It's eating healthy. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know a ton about eating healthy or being nutritious, but I brought someone very special who does. This is my friend, Chef Merle, and he is an expert in eating healthy and making nutritious foods. So, Merle, can you tell us some important things about eating healthy? What's one important thing?
Well, Charlie, I brought a little diagram to show you. Something that's really important when you're eating foods is you want to eat lots of different kinds. You want to mix the kinds of food in your diet because it's good for your health that way.
So what are some of the different kinds of foods that we're talking about here?
Well, first is fruits. Charlie, do you see any fruits on this table that you could point out for me?
Well, I see these sour gummy worms right here, and it sure tastes fruity. Is that a fruit?
Well, not quite. It says on here it's artificially flavored, which means that even though it might taste like a fruit, it's fake fruit flavor.
Okay.
So we're looking at things that come from the ground that taste like that.
So maybe like a pear? That's a fruit, right?
Yeah, a pear is
or
a fruit.
Or an orange. I think I also heard that a cucumber and an avocado are fruits. Why are they fruits even though they look like a vegetable maybe?
So, fruits are all plants that come from the ground that produce things like this that have seeds inside. So whether it's a cucumber, which we cook like a vegetable, or whether it's an orange, which is sweet, if it has seeds inside when you cut it open, that means it's a fruit.
And so, do fruits have like specific things that other food groups don't have? Like maybe nutrients or certain sorts of things that we need?
Yeah, there are a lot of good vitamins that are important for you in fruits, and also it's a source of natural sugars, which are good for you.
So we talked about fruits, but what about vegetables? Because I know that's something that our parents always tell us to eat your fruits and veggies. So what's important about vegetables?
Right, so vegetables is another group of foods that you want to eat to make sure you're having a healthy diet. On the table here we have celery and broccoli.
Okay.
Those are both great examples of vegetables. Vegetables are usually green. They're also plants, but they don't have seeds. If you cut a piece of celery, you're not going to find any seeds inside, right?
Like a carrot, right? Where it's the whole thing that comes out.
Yes.
And I know like with carrots, they always say eat your carrots because it will help your vision, and leafy greens such as like spinach or lettuce have other things to do. So basically what you're saying is vegetables help our bodies do different things than like a fruit. So we need to eat all these foods to make sure our bodies are healthy in different ways.
And they have vitamins just like fruits do, and also, vegetables are good for lots of different parts of your body, including your digestive system.
Okay, so we talked about fruits and vegetables, and those are two of the ones I know, but what do you have next for me?
Okay, so next on the chart is we have grains. So do you see any grains on the table?
Oh my gosh, grains. Well, I know that like marshmallows are like really small and they kind of can get like crusty or grainy when they get hard. Is that a grain?
Well, marshmallows are mostly made of sugar, so
Okay.
they're not grains.
But they are delicious.
They are delicious. But grains are things that come from flour and from starches in the ground. So pretzels are an example of that because they come from a form of
They're
starch.
from wheat, yeah.
Yep. And Chex comes from a starch that's made out of corn. So these are both examples of grains.
So some other grains would be like you said, corn, wheat, rice, things like that. And what do those things help you do?
Those are really important for fueling yourself. They give you good energy.
So they have carbohydrates?
They have carbohydrates inside them, but having too many carbohydrates can be unhealthy.
Okay. So we talked about one type of food source and carbohydrates. Now I've heard that proteins are another type of fuel for your body.
Yep, so protein is another area on this chart. So some examples of them here are nuts. So we have peanuts right here, as well as peanut butter has protein in it as well. But the most common form that you guys might know from your house is beans have lots of protein, and meats have protein as well.
So like you're talking about chicken, beef, fish, and even eggs, right? Eggs have protein?
Eggs have protein as well. All those are important sources of protein, which have important vitamins in them as well as they can help you grow stronger.
They help you build muscle, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now, what's the last of your 5 groups that you have on there?
So the last of the 5 is dairy. Charlie, do you know what dairy is?
Dairy. Ice cream?
Well,
I love ice cream.
Ice cream does come from a dairy source. It is made from cream.
Maybe cheese then?
Yes, but cheese is more what we're looking for when we're looking for something healthy and balanced.
Okay.
Because ice cream is loaded with sugar, so
Has
it's
a lot
not
of
a
added
pure
sugar.
source of dairy, right?
Okay.
We want things that are a little more that don't have as much stuff added into it, like cheese or milk.
And maybe like yogurt too?
Yogurt is a great source of dairy as well, and those have important vitamins, and they also have calcium in them.
What does calcium do?
Calcium helps your bones go stronger.
Okay.
So the calcium is very important to have if you're somebody who's growing.
So the last thing I'm going to ask, I see some other things on this table that we didn't talk about. We have salt, we have M&Ms, and marshmallows and gummy worms. What are these parts of? Because we eat these all the time.
Yeah, let's start with salt. Now, salt is important. It has certain things in it that are important for you to be healthy, but too much salt can be really bad for your blood and for your body, and it can make you super unhealthy. So you want to make sure you have salt, but in moderation, in smaller bits, is better for your body.
Well, that's the same thing with sugar too, right? Like you talked about fruit having natural sugar. So sugar is important for us.
Sugar is important for us, but the thing with fruit is it's natural sugar and it's not processed, and also it's in smaller amounts. When we have things like M&Ms or gummy worms, where it's just a lot of sugar, you need to be more careful because you're getting a lot more sugar at a time than you are when you eat an orange.
So basically what you're saying is that we need everything on this table to some extent, but we need to have a balanced food plate.
Right.
So can you show us a snack that has is a balanced snack?
Of course, I'd love to show you guys.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so these are a couple snacks that I made. Make sure before you do any of this that you have an adult's permission or you have a scout leader's permission to do these things. And make sure they're watching they're watching you and they're there to help you if you need help. So the first thing that we made, Charlie, is we have ants on a log over here, which is a delicious snack we made by, we cut this piece of celery and we filled it with peanut butter and then we covered it with raisins on top using this knife.
So Merle, how is ants on a log a balanced food snack?
So we have vegetables here with the celery. The peanut butter is a protein, and it also has a little bit of sugar in there. And then we have raisins, which are fruit, which also have a little bit of sugar. And then through the celery and the raisins, you get a lot of vitamins as well.
Okay. And so what is the next thing you made?
So over here, I made some trail mix. What I put into that is I put some pretzels, I put some Chex, I put some peanuts, some M&Ms, and some raisins, and then mixed it all up in a bowl.
So what you have is you have grains with the Chex Mix and the pretzels, 2 different types of grains. Then you also have some protein with the peanuts, some simple sugars with the M&M with the chocolate, and then you also have some fruits with some more complex sugars and more nutrients.
Yep, so that way it's an easy snack to make, but then at the same time you get lots of things that you need to stay healthy in eating it.
So it's a good way to have a balanced snack.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Merle.
Thank you for having me, Charlie.
Yeah. Lions, thanks for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next time for our second January Den meeting when we talk about exercise. Bye!